Hey there, guys and gals. My name is Quentin Carr, and I'm a full-time student at Full Sail University in the Dan Patrick School of Sports Broadcasting. When I was a kid, if I wasn't soaking up every second of highlights from that day's episode of SportsCenter, I was in the front yard trying to emulate the superheroes that were very much role models for me and my friends. From Ken Griffey Jr. and Dan Marino to Barry Sanders and Michael Jordan, it seemed every second of every day was spent idolizing these athletes and everything they did and stood for. As I got a little older, the dream of playing professional sports was just that, a dream. The real world was waiting for me with all of its responsibilities, and over time, I think I forgot about those childhood dreams. I maybe even felt silly when I would remember how certain I was at 10 years old that I was going to be a professional athlete. I started in construction sales at 19 years old, and I found that I had a knack for customer service and face-to-face sales. Meeting people and finding things in common to talk about came easily to me. If you're selling something people need, the sales part comes easily. People are really buying the salesman in most instances. So the better the show I put on, the more it seemed I sold and the more successful I was. I can't recall how many times a customer told me I should be on stage, and with my humor and wit, I would be successful in show business. I always laughed it off and thought to myself, how would I even start that? Over the years, I worked in various sales and customer service jobs. Whether selling foreclosed houses or bartending, my gift of gab always brought me success and made me the star of the show. During COVID, I started experiencing severe symptoms from a chronic skin condition called hidradenitis suppurativa. I've struggled with HS most of my life. I was sent to a specialist who recommended an extensive medical regimen that included several surgeries. It was at this point that I felt lost. I needed something to focus on. As fate would have it, I was scrolling social media and saw an ad for sportscasters wanted in my area. That click led to the Dan Patrick School of Sports Broadcasting program here at Full Sail. And I went, this is perfect. Maybe even exactly what I've been looking for. I had never lost my love for sports, and I'm still an encyclopedia of sports facts and information. I often find myself talking about aspects of a game with friends, and the next morning, I see Colin Cowherd do an hour segment about the same thing I saw the night before. So why not me? I've carried a 4.0 through my first year in college, and I am super excited about the relationships I am developing and the doors that this degree will open in my future career. Sports' true superpower is the story behind the scenes. I believe the who, how, and what origin story of professional athletes could be a powerful motivator for today's youth. In a world so dominated by negativity, we need something polarizing to influence our youth in a positive direction. The origin stories of sports' greatest heroes are filled with examples of people beating the odds to go on and do amazing things. While my ultimate goal is to work in sports radio, to start my career off, I'm starting a YouTube channel dedicated to telling the stories of professional athletes from yesterday and today. The goal of this project is to entertain and inspire the youth of today to reach higher by creating motivational sports related content. If you or anybody you know would be interested in sharing an inspirational sports story that I could use for content, please contact me by email or message me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day.